Well, it appears that we have some brand new Cyberpunk news following yesterday's video. So, this actually has to do with Cyberpunk multiplayer, so let's get to reading this article about it. Cyberpunk 2077 multiplayer reconsidered, possibly delayed or cancelled. Yeah, because no one saw that one coming. Instead, it's focused on bringing online into all of its franchises. One day. Not tomorrow, not next week, not even next month, not next year, but one day. Who knows when that day is, but someday. And that someday is one day. So, Cyberpunk 2077 was supposed to get a multiplayer mode at some point, though at most recent check-in likely not until 2022 or beyond. But now it's possible that we may not see this mode at all, or at least CD Projekt is being a bit cagey about how or when it might be implemented in the future. Gee, I wonder why. I have no clue as to why they would be doing this, but let's keep reading. In a strategy update from CD Projekt today, President Adam Kavinsky said the studio was adjusting its strategy around online experiences in its games, saying it was focusing on bringing online into all of its franchises one day, and working on an online technology that can be integrated into all of its games. But he continued that means a change of some sort to how Cyberpunk 2077's planned multiplayer mode might be implemented, as Kavinsky put it. Previously, we hinted that our next AAA would be a multiplayer Cyberpunk game, but we've decided to reconsider this plan given our new systemic and agile approach. Instead of primarily focusing on one big online experiences or game, we are focusing on bringing online into all of our franchises one day. This doesn't exactly clarify the nature of what's going on with Cyberpunk multiplayer though. Earlier this year, Michael Nowazowski confirmed that this mode was the AAA title CD Projekt Red was developing previously in parallel to Cyberpunk 2077. But now it's not clear if multiplayer has been delayed even further, or if it will simply not be implemented at all. We do know that CD Projekt is setting up to start developing games in two AAA franchises, The Witcher and Cyberpunk, simultaneously beginning in 2022, and is staffing up and working on technology and support systems to enable that. It's also going to be far more cautious about its marketing going forward, again, no idea why, including how early it announces new games. In response to IGN's request for comment or clarity, CD Projekt Red PR manager Radek Grabowski said that the statement in the video were all we have to say. He did hone in on one additional quote from the presentation that he said gave some context to the company's plans for its online approach. We are building an online technology that can be seamlessly integrated into development of our future games. This technology will power online components we choose to introduce in our games, and will ensure that we can do so without any great technological debt. With this technology in place, we can start to grow an online community powered by our own GOG Galaxy platform, which connects gamers both inside and outside of our games. In other words, Witcher 4 is now officially confirmed. So what exactly does all of this mean? Well, when it comes to Cyberpunk multiplayer, it's pretty safe to say that it's dead at this point, and we're never going to see it, which, again, who didn't see that one coming? I think most people were expecting it to never actually happen because there's just been no signs of it at all. There's been no talk of it whatsoever. It's just been completely dead in that aspect, and it's pretty safe to say that it will now be dead permanently and officially going forward. And to me, what's funny about this news is not too long ago, I was considering making a video talking about Cyberpunk multiplayer and whether or not it should actually happen. But it seems that CD has done the job themselves of deciding to not actually have it happen, so now I can just talk about it in this video instead, so that's pretty cool. But as for what they're starting to work on in 2022, not including The Witcher 4, I feel like aside from that, that could mean a Cyberpunk sequel, which, I mean, as long as they can learn from their mistakes, and they can prove that they've learned from their mistakes, then I suppose we can potentially see about a new Cyberpunk. But as of now, you're gonna really have to do a lot of work with earning everyone's trust back, guys. Which starts with getting Cyberpunk 1 2077 to work fully before you get to revealing Cyberpunk 2078. So it's good to see that instead of deciding to announce games nearly a decade before they've been released, they're gonna wait at least half a decade before releasing them. So long as they can actually stay true to their promises of pretty much redeeming themselves, because this is 100% what they need. And if they can really make things work out, then we can look back at this era in gaming as a dark point that this company that was involved with it can now officially move on from, with this now being the skeletons in their closet that they no longer have to face every single day. And so long as they can actually stay true to their promises and more cautious marketing, then we should also be good. And if that brand new big ass note list for patch 1.2 for Cyberpunk is anything to go by, then hopefully that's a sign that they are getting on the right track. But for right now, I think it's best to remain skeptical, because that's only one action of hopefully many positive ones they will strive to make in the future. But that's all there is to say for this video, so I'm just going to end it here. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this news video. Make sure to leave a like or dislike. Wait, shit. Disliking isn't a thing anymore. Bring back the 5-star rating system, YouTube. There you go. That's the solution to our problem, because that was a far better system back in the day until they replaced it, and now they're finding a way to ruin what good we have with the current like and dislike system. But I guess just in that case, just skip over to leaving a comment. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell, unless they decide to remove that too. Which, if they do, and we just go back to purely subscribing for receiving videos in our sub boxes, and the sub boxes work in that case, you know what, I'm good. I'm good with that, but that probably won't happen, so I guess turn on the notification bell and set it to all notifications. And yeah, I'll see you all next time, and until then, I'm out. Later.